What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into the Monday, February 17th college basketball plays. Hope you all are doing well. Let's get this week going in the right direction. I know for me and my standards, a couple negative days in terms of units for college basketball betting has been unacceptable. We've had a few bad beats, a few totals taken down the wire, and a couple games that honestly I was just dead wrong. So we're getting back into it. Football has concluded, so the excuses are over. And this is something where if you guys are going to start riding that fade train, just be very aware with what that kind of has in terms of repercussions, because this is when we start heating up for college basketball. All right, so let's get into it. These are my best bets for today. Hope you guys are all doing well. We did have some excitement with the NBA All-Star game for some people's standards, but other people I think were unfulfilled. Kevin Hart's not that funny, just pointing that one out for you guys. So that's kind of where I'm at with all that, but turned in a profitable day within the kind of novelty bets such as All-Stars, home run derbies. One of my favorite things to bet, so that was a fun one. We got some hockey coming up this week, so stay tuned for more picks where we will be breaking down some of those games as we await the United States-Canada, that championship Four Nations final, okay? Hopefully Canada. All right, anyways, let's get right into it. Like I said, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join us here at TBM Sports, and let's get right into the board where there are a couple bigger games and, quite frankly, a lot of games that I'm staying away from, and we are going to hit 3 of the last 4 on the board here as we look into kind of what we're doing here with OddsJam. If you guys want to sign up with OddsJam, there is a link down below. Finding the best odds available, positive EV, arbitrage opportunities. That's kind of where I stand on that. We're going to segue into kind of that first game, and this will be the marquee game for a lot of people, albeit Duke comes in at a 14.5-point favorite. We have seen some buy down on this number, and this is something as we look into Duke and Virginia. I'm going to read you guys some of the numbers because Duke has the capability full well to score over 100 points themselves. They've scored 106 versus Stanford, against Cal 78, Clemson 71, Syracuse running up to 83, and then 87 against North Carolina. So tempo does matter, and as we look at this game, if we date back to kind of where Duke and Virginia kind of look to square off, this will be the only matchup that we've had thus far with them two, okay? And if we look on the other side for UVA, yes, this is something where it's a defensive-minded team, a little bit slower possessions. It's not like the teams in the past where they would win games 50-45, within kind of how that all used to go when Virginia was a top 10 program, and even number 1 in the country for a lot of years for that purpose, okay? But this is something where we look at the total right now at 130. I think this one's set a little too low, so I'm going to make a play at Duke, Virginia. We're going to go over the 130 number. I think that Duke can potentially get into the 80s in this game. I think this is something where they're fresh, they're rested, and if we look into kind of where we are, they are getting some value here, I think, in a spot where Virginia may not play the best defense. So if we can take the 131, which is the best number available right now, this number has been bought up a little bit. This is something where I look for UVA potentially to even score with them a little bit more so. I think this is something where, they have the potential to get into the high 60s, 70s, and then if we get the Duke Blue Devils to kind of pull their weight and score their, average of 82 points per game in the ACC, I think that Duke will deliver us here with this over 131, which will be the best number available right now at the time of recording, okay? The next bet that we will have, I'm going to go with the Texas Southern and Southern game. This will be another game that we're going to bang the over, okay? In these games that we look into, right now the total is set at 140.5 is the best number out there, but this is something where I look into kind of the average total that you can see for both of these clubs averaging 149.5 points per game combined. That bar is set a little bit higher than what we're getting the number at 140.5, and this is something where if you look at the extended amount of run that we've seen between these two clubs, I think this is something where if we look into their individual numbers towards the number, you're going to see a lot of reasons why I do like the over, okay? And that's kind of where I'm going to pull up this number here. if we can find it. And this is where we look into kind of their recent performances. Okay, and you do get Texas Southern. They've failed to get above the 130 level a little bit here. 3 of their last 5, but if we look into the over-under here, this is a coin flip game, but the reason why I do like this is that when the number is 139 to 144, we do get Texas Southern a 100% cover rate within going over that total. Outside of that, guys, it's pretty much a coin flip, but I think that the way that we look at this, I think that the number will be kind of rising, in my opinion, and so let's jump on that 141. So I'm taking Texas Southern going over that total. Also, I do think that is the correct side. If you were going to bet the side of this game, Texas Southern would be my play at plus 7.5 as well, but no play in that regard. We're just going to go over the total, 140.5, best number out there, okay? And then last but not least, the primetime game, the game that I guess everybody wants to see is Arizona-Baylor. The Arizona Wildcats come in here plus 2 here, and this is one where these teams met last time, and Arizona was able to win, I believe, by 11 points, okay? And this is something where Arizona was the team favored at home, but I don't think they were ranked at that time. Now you get Arizona coming in, and it's kind of that crappy situation where, you know, the public bettors and the bettors, you look at these games and you see the rankings, and I always say disregard the rankings, forget the rankings, it's all about resume, and you see the rankings, you know, on that logo, and it's like, you know, the 15th team versus an unranked team. So why is that team not the favorite? Well, just don't ever fall in that trap. That's basically nonsense to look at rankings when you're going to bet sports. And that's kind of where you look into Arizona winning 9 straight, okay? And this is something where you look into my opinion here, where Baylor does not do well. And this is kind of a fishy number for me, okay? I really think that the wrong team is favored. And so if you can grab that plus money on that money line price within Arizona, that's where I'm going to be. I think this is something where this game could get a little bit reckless, going over the total 150. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring personally. And Baylor taking on the Wildcats at home, this is where they have been on a home win streak. Okay, 4 games in a row, taking down their opponents at home, and Arizona comes in this game 17-8 and 11-3 in Big 12 play. I think this is something where it may be a sucker bet. I may be dead ass wrong, but I will be taking the Arizona Wildcats money line at plus money. For me, that's the value. I think you get the better team. I know they're on the road, but in a coin flip game, essentially, if you want to agree with the odds, I'm going to be taking the team that I think is the better matchup, and I'm going to take plus money. Albeit a lot of people are probably saying you're taking the logo, you're taking the ranking, and disregarding the ability that Baylor has. And I am a fan of Baylor. I just think that with this personal matchup, I think Arizona should be the team favored. If they were on the road, I think if they weren't on the road, I think they would be the favorite in this spot. And that being said, if I can grab plus money on the money line, I'm going to scoop that one up every single time. So that'll be it. Those are my plays for the day. So let's get the brooms out. That would feel good to kick off the week. So going Duke over 131. Then we will be taking the Arizona money line, as well as the Texas Southern going over that total of 140, I think is going to be the best number we're going to find. You may have to use a 141 if you do want to get involved in that spot. Okay, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your picks, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow in the next video. Cheers.